Greg Bennett, Noosa Triathlon, your second home. Fun to come home?
Yeah, you know what? It's funny. Laura and I have lived here the last 13 years. I think this is only the second time we've done the Noosa Tri. And it's great to be back. It's a hard race to do at the end of your year. You know, you're kind of hanging on to your fitness. But it's just such a great weekend that you kind of, you know, you just want to be a part of it, you know, and it was good fun. I knew I'd have my work cut out for me today with the young guys, but I'm happy with it. I think I was like 8th or something.
And you're saying the young guys, it really is a promising raft of Aussies that are coming through. You would have seen this almost do full circle now, but you would have seen some great Aussie young guns out there today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the kid that won, Aaron Royal, I've been sending him direct messages on Twitter all year just saying, you know, mate, it's really exciting to see finally we're seeing somebody that's not afraid to try and take it to the Brownlees and Gomez a little bit and really trying to give that IT a really good whack. And, you know, he's the real future of the sport. And I was excited just to be on the start line with them all today, just to see what they can do. And I tell you, after that swim start, I never got to see them again. And they're really phenomenal kids. And, you know, with the way the rules are on the bike here, I knew it'd be tough to catch them all on the bike, but I gave it a good dig and I was pretty happy with it.
How tough is it though? Like as you say, you're working hard on the bike, and these guys are getting further away, but you know, you still got to, I guess, really get after them as much as you can, even though the rules 7 metre drafting, which is, you know, probably a little bit questionable, but still applicable in this race, a little bit tougher.
Yeah, you know, we'll work on the Australians to try and change their rules a little bit. You know, we've been working on the Americans and Ironman for years to change their rules. And you know, it's pretty much the old school boys, myself, Crowe and Mac, are trying to do it because our swim and run starts to fade. But, you know, as we get older, the bike stays with us and even gets stronger. So, you know, obviously it's our advantage if we can have a bigger gap. I'm not going to lie. But, you know, I knew coming into it what the race was. And, you know, I could have changed my training if it was something that really was important to me. And, you know, I'm okay with how it all ended up. And I think I outrode Waldo's best time by about a minute and a half, so I'm still pretty happy with my bike.
Where's Greg Bennett sit these days? Where are you? Are you long course? Are you short course? Are you in between? Are you experimenting? Of course, you obviously came out and broke your Ironman virginity in Melbourne. You know, where are you?
You know, I think after doing Melbourne and Kona last year, it was a real, you know, I'm 41. You know, I'm not going to shy away from my age, and I'm not going to be a lifer in Ironman. I don't have that kind of time to commit to it, and I really believe for me to be great at Ironman, I need to give it several years. You know, talking to my sponsors and things back in the US, we've decided it's best that I just get out there and race often. And, you know, I want to give Javier Gomez a good run for his money in Hy-Vee again next year. You know, the big money race in Hy-Vee, Des Moines, Iowa, you know, it's $1 million sort of prize purse, and I've had 3/3 and a win there. It's been a good race for me, and that'll always stay as my focus, and maybe mix up a little bit of the 70.3 as well. But, you know, I think I've still got sort of the power, and I've got the passion for this. God, I sound like Midnight Oil, don't I? Jesus. No, but you know what I mean. I really love this kind of short stuff. It's very fast. It's very quick. I love the training, and I can still be in the mix. You know, I'm pretty happy with today, even, you know, in the sort of shape I am.
And so for you, you know, I guess with Australian Triathlon, what do you think it needs in order to bring it back to at least a spot somewhere on the, you know, on the landscape of sport here in this country? I guess, you know, we've talked a little bit about the F1 series and maybe trying to televise or incentivise people like yourself, like the Maccas, the Crowies, to come back and race in Australia. What's it going to take to get that happening?
Well, I think the first thing is you got to have the best racing each other often. And what you're seeing now with guys like Aaron Royal and Josh Amberger and some of these really young kids really trying to give it to each other. We always had Miles Stewart, Greg Welsh, Brad Bevan when we were young, and we got to race them often every weekend. And I think, you know, these young kids are now going to start lifting the bar here more in Australia. The more they can race each other, you're right. If we could have some kind of Grand Prix here, it would be brilliant. You know, if we can come up with some kind of concept. And I always thought it was brilliant because we do a triple sprint in the morning. Well, that's 3 races on a weekend. So that's 3 times I get to race the best in the world. And I think that kind of concept, you need to race often and you need to race the best often. So you know what? Bring Gomez down, make him a part of it, and let our young guys like Aaron Royal get him a chance to race him every weekend. That's how I'd be doing it. You know, what do you need, Gomez? What do you need to come down? We'll pay you whatever. Let the young Australian kids make some good money and let them race him often.
Yeah. Well, Greg, it's always enlightening having a chat to you, mate. We love having you back in the country racing. Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks, Phil. You guys doing a great job. Thanks, buddy.